Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to the Duo's Corner. This is DJ, your host with the Solo Dolo, giving the Wrestling Palooza predictions, if you will. Um, Honestly, I was debating on doing this because it's like there's so many pay-per-views going on back to back to back. It's like, dude, what the fuck? There's a serious fucking recession. There's no money. And with the whole TKO debacle, with this merger, leaving Peacock and going to ESPN, it's just been a fucking debacle. It's been terrible. Shout out to Stephanie McMahon saying go get a VPN. Dude, go spend the fucking $8.99 to $10. Get you a VPN and watch it on fucking free. Do not fucking go to ESPN. Yes, this is an ESPN boycott. That's bullshit. And they don't even have the fucking deal finalized. It's like you have to go get Hulu and all this other stupid shit. Like, bro, I just want to watch fucking wrestling. I would rather them go back to just doing the pay-per-views, $50 a month, whatever the fuck. But that's when it was one, not fucking three in 1 month. And even with that, and I know this is the predictions, but at the beginning of this is going to be a fucking rant. Why can't we just go back to, why don't you do it like this? If you're going to have 100 fucking pay-per-views back to back, okay? That's fine. But how about dedicate a pay-per-view to just your mid-card storylines? Judgment Day, the 100 fucking Grande Americanas, whatever the fuck. Just do that. That's okay. Just do that. And then your main ones can be the super storylines. And then maybe at the end of the minor, like the mid card, you can have one main event storyline to cap it off to entice it. These just like, you don't let storylines simmer anymore. It's just go, 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 and then you lose plot of this fucking story. A la the Vision shit. Ugh. But that's another story. So this will be taking place in Indianapolis. They want the Wrestling Palooza to be like a WrestleMania type of vibe. They want it to be big and grandioso. They even grabbed Cody off the set of Street Fighter. They want to make this really good before they fuck us in the ass with the money. Now, this is in no particular order also. So one of the matches on this card will be the returning AJ Lee teaming with her hubby CM Punk versus the power couple of Seth freaking Rollins and Becky Lynch. To me here, no fucking secret. AJ and CM Punkaroos is winning this. AJ Lee been gone for over 10 years. She's getting this dub. Hands down. It's going to be a showcase of her greatest hits. Punk is going to win because he's been getting fucked over for like the last several months. This is a further storyline thing. Becky's eating the pin here. AJ is definitely pinning her to set up their United States title feud that they totally just fucking blocked Lyra Valkyria out of, which was bullshit. But nevertheless, if this was the plan that they were bringing AJ Lee back in the first place, okay. But still, I just hated that Lyra kind of got coaxed into this, and she did a great job. I know this is their match, but I got to shout out Lyra. She really made that belt mean something. You can tell that she took it with pride, and she really cared. And the man just came back and took it. It is what it is. This is interesting. I felt like, this is where they should have went in the first place, because don't you kind of get the feeling I know Seth Rollins is the quote unquote leader of the Vision, but it's like really, it doesn't feel like he's the leader. See, like the Bronze, which we'll get into later on, are kind of doing their own thing. Paul Fatty is kind of out of there. I know he's had a birthday not too long ago, but it's like it's not the same as like Evolution. It's not the same as like a Bloodline faction to where they're kind of all around. They're kind of like freelance workers. They just help out when they can, because if you think about it, I was very weary. And once again, sorry for the long rat on this. I felt like Rollins is not a group type of guy. He can do it on his own. He doesn't need to have his bags carried, or he have people carrying his bags. It's just not him. I like the fact that him and his wife are tagging together. I like that. I would have been more keen to that, and then you can bring AJ Lee in what we have right now. So 100%. I got the Punkaroo and AJ Lee going over here. Next up, we have IYO SKY versus Stephanie Vaquer. This is interesting. Um, Both of these ladies are phenomenal workers. Absolutely phenomenal. They kick ass. They look great. You know what I mean? They have everything. I feel like internationally, they're fucking superstars. They're fighting for the vacated women's championship after Trinity, aka Naomi, had to relinquish because he's pregnant. Congratulations again to her and hers. Um, I think what you do here, I don't think you want EO to get it right back right away. EO is over like fucking Rover. The thing is here is Stephanie McKeer, ring wise, have all the tools, all the skills to get this title, but it's the true appeal to the audience. And what people kind of fail to realize, and even I did, growing up as a kid, when you just growing up and like, hey, this guy is awesome, put the belt on him, or hey, this gal is great, put the belt on her. You have to understand they have to have global and marketable appeal. They have to know how to do press conference, press runs. They have to know how to go on talk shows. They have to know the language. They have to know how to talk. That's a big part of being a champion. You have to sell it. And we know Stephanie Vaquer is, learning English. Her English is getting better, but she's, right now she's very weak in it, but she's getting better. And I want them to basically market her like you did EO Sky. EO Sky came in, not that strong, but it's, English, but she had a personality. She's very entertaining. Stephanie Vaquer, has a good personality. I believe she's learning to get more entertaining because it is a sports entertainment. Even though you could be the best wrestler in the world, you have to be entertaining. You have to be able to have mass appeal, if you will. So I think the safest thing here that I predict is a disqualification. It's going to probably be a prefla of the Kabuki Warriors, or Kabuki Warriors. You're going to have probably Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley run in and possibly call a disqualification. So my prediction here is this was going to end in a smosh. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be amazing, but it's not going to be a decisive winner, unfortunately. Next up, you got the Usos, the returning Usos versus the Bronze, which is a stupid ass name. Again, this is a lot of layers here. They are teasing a potential heel or maybe a right hand man coming back of Jey Uso. We saw on Raw, he told his brother, hey, motherfucker, don't you tag with him. And, Jimmy is like, bro, who the fuck you talking to, bro? Like, I can do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. But he kind of called himself. I don't think we're going to get a full heel Jey. I don't think we're going to get that. I think they're going to tease the tension. And I can almost see LA Knight going heel. I can see LA Knight going heel before I see Jey Uso going heel. Jey Uso is too much of a face. He sells way too much merch. You don't want to lose that right now. I feel like, personally, in my opinion, LA Knight, there's more money in him as a heel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because the face is like, I saw a meme or a picture on Facebook. It was like basically talk shit, get beat, lose, yeah. And that's pretty much his story as a face. So you have to take that into consideration, unfortunately. I feel like one of them has to go heel. It has to be LA Knight. So my prediction here is the Bronze will win due to LA Knight costing the Usos the match. I feel like we're going to finally get a legit heel turn with LA Knight, and I feel like he will flourish as a heel. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. So I have the Bronze winning due to an interference from LA Knight, costing the Usos to win, preferably costing Jey Uso to win. Next up, we have the returning Cody Rhodes off the set of Street Fighter to get his comeuppance against Drew McIntyre. Interesting things here. There's a lot of stuff going on. We know that Randy Macho Man Orton was very unhappy at Drew McIntyre for slamming his leg on the ropes. He was pissed off. The last person that hurt Randy on the floor that did something that he didn't like got fired, Mr. Kennedy. So this is interesting here. Will we get a Randy Orton interference to save Cody? And then eventually we get that premiere Cody Rhodes, the student versus the teacher, against him and Randy later on, maybe a Survivor Series or something like that. Or do we give Drew the win? Maybe Randy comes in and fucks it up and Drew McIntyre can capitalize, winning the title. And then that'll be a great way to get the belt off Cody so he can finish the Street Fighter stuff. Possible. There's a lot of possibilities here. Okay, in my opinion, what should happen? What I think you should do, and what I do not like, what I'm about to say, I think Drew wins here. I think you have to do something to Drew McIntyre. I don't think Drew can take a loss here. I don't think McIntyre can take a loss here. I think he needs to get a win-win. Yeah, he's been losing and he's been getting periodically stupid wins here, but it's been a while since Drew got a win-win. And I think this would be a perfect way to do it, to where you can kind of get the belt off Cody, in my opinion, so he can finish doing up the set work, you know what I'm saying? Get the movie done, then you can come back, and then maybe we can get a nice little program between Randy and Drew McIntyre, which eventually Randy ends up winning the belt, getting it for the 15th time. Not sure. I'm pretty sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. And then we can finally get that Cody versus Randy Orton, with Cody possibly beating the teacher for the belt. And then you can finally kind of submit Cody as that guy. Beating Cena was great. Beating Orton is excellent. He beat Reigns, so he's kind of beating that tier of people. That's a possible storyline. So I'm going to play a little risque here, and I'm going to go Drew McIntyre for the win. I think Drew wins. Maybe it's a kerfluffle. Randy maybe inadvertently do something, or Cody slips on the banana peel. But I got Drew McIntyre here. And last but not least, and of course I know I'm recording this on Wednesday, so it's probably could be more. So if that's the case, I just do a little quick runoffs of what they can be, because I'm going to probably release this Saturday morning. So even if that's the case, I might just add it on. I don't know. I might do a runoff, but I'm pretty sure this might be the card. I think we're going to get more time with a lot of these matches. But nevertheless, that long, useless rant. Last but not least, we have Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, the match nobody really wants to see. This one doesn't really matter. This is John Cena's farewell tour. A loss for either guy doesn't mean anything, and to be honest with you, a win doesn't mean anything. Brock is not gonna be around like that 100%. We know that. I don't see Brock showing up every week. No. So a win for Brock here doesn't really make sense. A loss for Brock won't hurt him. Cena's leaving. Period. This is it. Cena gets the win here. Period. First of all, I feel like Cena shouldn't have lost anything up to his tour. But the only loss that made sense so far was losing to Cody at SummerSlam. But other than that, he should win out everything else. It really doesn't matter. Send the people home happy after you fucked them up the first 6 months of his retirement tour. So he should win outright here. I'm not saying he has to squash Brock. I think it's going to be very 50-50. I don't see I don't see Cena taking too much offense. He might take a couple slams. Cena might give a lot back. I see it as a 50-50. Maybe Cena catching him at the end. Maybe something really cute on the roll-up. And you might get the classic, how Brock did Cody. Just give him the handshake, farewell, bop, and it's over with. And I think that's the end. You're going to see a Brock. You're not going to see Brock no more. This could have just been, since I can see Cena saying, hey, you know what, since y'all really fucked up this farewell tour, hey, one of the guys that really pushed me to the limit, one of my rivals, I want to finish. I want to have a match with Brock. So I got Cena winning here, 100%. Nice farewell, and I can even see Brock coming out, shaking up with him, giving him respect, and it being a real cool moment. So, that's, hey folks, I'm 38 years old. That's my generation walking out the door. So, that's what I got. So as of right now, that's the card. If anything else happens, I will add to it, make an addition, yada yada yada. But I'm pretty sure this is it for right now. And thanks for listening as always, and I'll catch you in the next one.